Hi guys. It's been about an hour later since I filmed my bit. In fact, it's been about 2 hours later. In fact, I think anyway. Lost track of time. Still haven't had any sleep, and I'm just hoping this is gonna do it, because to be honest, safe side, I might just do them in like 50 minutes if it gets to that, and do a few uploads like that. You know, you can go straight on them, and I've got playlists now, by the way, like old videos in different playlists, so they should be easy to find if you're looking for something in particular. But anyways, so I'm gonna get on with it, because I've had enough of it right now. So like I was saying, I'm gonna just go from last video. So basically, like I was saying, it's not celebrities' fault, and it's not their job to teach your children or young adults or adults. It's not their job to be, like, people seem to think they need to be your, what's the word, like, teacher. But that's not the word. What is it? Like an idol kind of thing. But it doesn't work like that. They're a human being like me and you. They might want to be an idol for the children. They might want to be an idol for the best friend. They might want to be an idol for the grandmother. But it doesn't mean they have to be an idol for every stranger in the world. So just because they're your idol to you, it's not their job to tell you to, you don't get a right to say that someone's caused you to have an illness. If right, what example can I use? I don't know right now. My mind's gone blank. I can't think right now what example to use. But I'm not gonna go too much into that bit anyway. That's just my opinion on that, but it's true as well, and it is true that they're not there to be your idol. They're gonna be good celebrities. They're gonna be bad ones like these are you and me, because that's the thing. They're a human being like me and you. They're just popular generally and have enough money to be comfortable. They can easily, lose all the money. It ain't like that. So I don't know why people think, oh, they're rich for the rest of their life. It don't work like that, sweetheart. So, but yeah, so I'm not going to do much into that, but I just wanted to point that out, because I just think people need to realise that famous people are human beings like you and me. So you don't get to blame them because you were not parenting your child, or because you're looking at them and your idol, and they've and because they're human like me and you, some of them are naturally slim. Doesn't mean they've got an ED, or it don't mean they do else, or it don't mean that they ain't got mental illness in different ways, and that's because they're human. So yes, like, I'm not saying more on that, and I don't mean to be mean about it. I'm just trying to say it in the nicest way as possible, but it's the truth, as well as it's my opinion. They're not your role model, blah blah blah. To be honest, people need to as well. Obviously, people need help and support and stuff like that. I don't mean like that, but you need to learn to think for yourself as well, because I've noticed people can't do that these days. I'm not trying to be mean. I don't mean everyone, obviously, in the world, but there is a lot of people that can't do that of any age. And because the thing is, there could be a time that you're on your own, and obviously, hopefully you're not. But even if you're not physically alone, Do you know what I mean? You might be mentally, so you just, I don't mean it in a mean way, but I know people are probably going to hate me for saying that, but it's just that I wouldn't want someone, I don't know how to put it, but do you know if like, do you know like for example, I mean things like as well when like someone follows someone else just because they put a mean comment to someone for no reason, or they're trying to be clever, or like I've just seen something, someone's correcting someone's spelling, but then about 9 comments are correcting it. You can't do everything. So, and you don't need to copy what they're doing, because you've got a completely different brain. You're quite capable of thinking for yourself. So I mean things like that where you need to think for yourself, because and I know some people think like people are like keyboard warriors, and most people are, but everyone's human, so they can get nasty, they can get, just like people can be nice like that, people can be nasty like that, darling. So I don't know, I'm rambling on about this, but I just thought I'd put that out there. And like I said, I don't even know what to start to say. But basically what we was on was about eating, and I guess I'm trying not to talk about too much about it. I'm not going to go into too much detail, like I said, but I will put trigger warnings in this video. I think I forgot to do it in the first one, but I didn't say much in the first one. I don't think I really said on that could be triggering. Exactly. But obviously everyone's different. Again, that's the thing, we're all human, so it just comes down to that. But so it started like I said, I think it was like a few months ago when it first started, and it weren't as, like with a lot of things, it starts off not as bad when it's something new that's happening to you. And I just like turn my nose up at food, and I mean even like few foods that I do love, and even if I'd not eaten, and I'd be like wary and scared and anxious to eat, I'd be like, it was kind of like bad anxiety to eat, but I didn't, how do I put it? See, it's hard to explain, and I don't want to be too triggering, like I said, either. And I don't want to touch too much on this, because it's not, it was a big part of my life. But like I said, if you talk about it, I'm not saying things don't come to your head. I'm the last person to say that things don't come to your head, even if you don't talk about it or think about it. You can't even help but think about things as well. That's another thing, that's your brain. Fear. But see, it's kind of like, let me just try. So it was kind of like, just to start off with, like getting anxious when I was eating, or even thought of food, or I'd feel fat, start having body image issues. Obviously I've always had odd body issues, like a lot of people have, males and females, but it was like, you know, more severe than ever. And I don't know how I think, I don't know how, why it came up, why it just suddenly started happening. I guess just, you know, mental health, things like that, and things that do just come up in your head without you, they don't get a warning, do they, usually. So I wasn't doing anything too drastic at first. I just felt anxious eating, and when I did, like I said, sometimes, like always, I eat a lot, can eat a lot for one day or so, 1.5 days, and then I can not eat anything at all, or just tiny little like a bit of melon or a few grapes or a chocolate bar. No, yeah, be honest, I'm not healthy, but I do but obviously I do like odd fruit, let's be honest. And my favourite fruit is the honeydew, however you say it, melon. So I'd like, like sometimes I could, you know, just have a little few pieces of melon or a few grapes or one chocolate bar or one packet of crisps, and that'd do me for day and night. And even when I start feeling sick, because I've said start feeling sick odd time like most humans do, it didn't really bother me because it wasn't like in front of my mind, because it wasn't something that bothered me eating. So I don't know how to explain it, but so anyway, just like moving on a bit, that's what started, like I said, I think it started a few months back, but then I did want to just touch on how long was it ago, about, it was only a few weeks ago, probably over 2 months ago something. Well, so I've gradually, we're getting probably a bit more anxiety around eating, and I were like eating or not eating as usual, like I was explaining. So it was all the same generally, more or less, just like getting a bit more severe anxiety and stuff around eating and stuff. But then one point I was like, well, I can't have gravy because that's got extra calories in. So I'd eat dry potatoes, and I don't never like that. I would have mash sometimes and be like, and let's be honest, no one can eat mash without gravy, and most people. But so I'd be like, well, can't have gravy on it. I'm not a big sauce person anyway, so I rarely have like ketchup on me, but odd time I'll have ketchup. Rarely, but odd time. I don't have salt and vinegar much either, and if I do, I generally, because if I have chips or fries, as you call them in America, we've got like chips and fries and fried chips, whatever you want to call them. But I would have a bit of salt on sometimes, eventually, but I didn't used to have sauce at one point at all, and then have a little bit. So, and I've always been like that. But so I did like have a little bit here and there, like tomato ketchup and mayonnaise and salt, kind of them, and salad cream odd time. But it's rare that I had any sauce, and if I did, it was only a bit. But then at this point I was like, well, I can't have ketchup, I can't have mayonnaise, I can't have salad cream, I can't have gravy, because it's extra calories. And I'd never really thought about that things like that are extra calories. But so sorry. So then it got to the point where it was a severe situation at one point, and for like about over 2 weeks or something. I think this is an order of how it happened. I just all that what I've said were happening, but I started not something I'm proud of. I started making myself vomit, and I don't know what came to me head about that. Why I'd think that were a good idea or anything, but I would make myself bring it back up because I couldn't. It was such an anxiety feeling, it going down. I remember the first time I did it, and I think this was the first time, I'm sure it was, and it was when I was at McDonald's one night, and I was anxious all the way eating it, and I would never think, even while I was eating it, that I was going to do that after. I can't remember if I ate it all. I probably nearly ate it all if I did, and then I went to the bathroom and made myself throw it out because I couldn't stand the thought of it being in my tummy. It would make me really anxious. I think I was also getting thoughts of like, wait, it's still there, and it's going to take ages now to go to my tummy, and then it's got to dissolve, and then, I don't know if that's the right word, dissolve, you know what I mean? Is it called breakdown or whatever? But anyways, I don't want to talk too much about it, like I said, and I'm not ready for that either, because I'm probably not fully over this situation. Hopefully get a bit better, but yeah, I was just anxious all the time, and I would exercise for 1, 2, 3 hours every night around my room. I'm not going to say how, because that's triggering. And so legs are dead. So I like, I'm not going to say much more, but basically where we are now is I still get anxious when I need to eat. I'm more feeling happier snacking than having a meal. I have an odd thing, but then still right now I'm still doing the exercising part, and it's good, I guess, because I stopped moving as much as I used to, but at the same time it's not good if it's for the wrong reasons, so I don't want to put it out there that it's good because that's better. I don't want to put out there that it's something good because it's good to exercise, because if you're doing it for wrong reasons, then that ain't a good idea. And you know, carers, especially one carer, you know, we're like, well, let's try and do some healthy eating now. Have an healthy dinner with you. You know, saying that all the time. And I felt bad, but I was like, well, I couldn't. So I'm still at the point where I will exercise. I got up early hours this morning. I was awake, I was exhausted, and I wanted to go to sleep. I was ready for going to sleep. But that didn't end up happening. I got up. I'm not going to say how long for or what hour I was exercising or anything like that, but I was exercising in my room for quite a long time, and I wasn't, I don't know how, I don't know why I think it was all a good idea, and like I said, I'm still not over it, as you can see, even though I'm eating, and like I said, I'm not eating as much, and I wasn't drinking as much at one point either. I was barely drinking as well as not eating, so, but I'd still think it needs to go up. And then I don't even want to go into details actually, because I don't want to upset anyone, but if you're going through something like this. But please, if you are going through something like this, if no one knows, please tell someone. Even if you tell your parents, if you've got a good relationship with your parents or whatever, or even if you haven't got best relationship, but you know that they'll be there for you, then you know they're not either. It's better to tell them, and I can't remember if they're not going to be angry. It's really weird. I'm scared sometimes, so I'm going to get shouted at when I do this or when I do that. But the thing is, you need to tell a trusted adult, because it's serious things and it turns into more serious and more serious. It's already serious when it starts, if you think about it, and not just EDs, any SH or anything like that, or if you get addictions to things, you like alcohol and drugs. But you should definitely talk to your parents, and sometimes they do kind of raise the voice when it's something like that, but generally it's not out of that anger. It can be a bit disappointing to them, I suppose, which might not feel nice to you, but it's not in a bad way. But most of all, when they shout, it just tends to be when they're scared. I don't know if they're scared because you're their baby, and then they obviously don't want to see you go through that. They've been around for years, they've seen it, and they've seen worse outcomes of it more than we have. So I just I don't fully know what to say about it a minute. But we're doing well, guys. It's over 20 minutes. I don't want to jinx myself. I kind of restarted my phone, so hopefully it's better now. But so, and that's kind of all I want to say on the ED situation. It's not something good, it's not something cool, and even if you're not going through it, but you're thinking you want to do stuff like that, if you question if you need to tell someone, that means deep inside you, in your heart, you know it's wrong, even if your head's saying it isn't wrong, if you know what I mean. So, and even if you can't from your heart at that point so that it's wrong, it obviously is things like that. So you should just, and don't mean wrong as in you're a bad person, or you know what I mean, it's not nice for people to want to do that because they hurt that much, or they feel that angry, or you know, not scared. So I just, yeah, so that's all I want to say on that point. So I guess we've done about sleeping and eating. Now, what have I been doing to help? Well, first, I'm going to how am I dealing with the miscarriage I had and my baby girl not living with me. I can't really go into too much into it, and I don't want to anyway, because it's child's privacy as well, don't forget. And I think we both need a bit to keep some stuff for ourselves, me and my baby. So so I don't really know where to start, but if you didn't know, I had a miscarriage. I'm not 100% sure, but it may have been hold on, I go back then. I think it must have been 2020. If not, it was definitely 2019. But I think it must have been 2020, to be honest, because I didn't get pregnant long after. I'm sure it was like only 2 or 3 months. I got pregnant with my daughter after I had miscarriage. So yeah. So if you didn't know, I had the miscarriage, and then I had my daughter in 2021. She's actually going to be 3 this month. So yeah, she's going to be 3 this month. So she doesn't live with me. Basically, the nutshell, as you can see off my channel, if you know me, I've got mental health and learning difficulties. So I was basically judged straight away, and I don't want to go too much into it. Like I said, even in that bit, it's still too painful as well anyway to talk about a lot of things about it, about situation. I'm grateful I got them few days, just me and Tegan, even though my carers with as well, and obviously nurses and doctors, but do you know what I mean? We had them few days together in a hospital, and she would have actually been in room with me, but and nurse was like, she'll probably be able to come up tomorrow. And it kept upsetting me deep down, but it wasn't that she would be mean. She thought she would have been able to, but and it ain't because I couldn't. It's because it's because I just say her name anyway, Tegan. Just her first name. But Tegan feels wrong not calling her a name. She's got a name. She's a baby. She's a child. My little girl. So she's got a name. She's not nobody. So yeah. So Tegan had to have oxygen. She pulled inside me, which I don't know if that was part in it. And she probably got stressed as well, because I ended up having to have a C-section. We started having really bad panic attacks in session on each other. And it wasn't until they said I was 10 centimetres, and that's when I was 10 in pain. Before that, like, I was fine. I was still laughing and smiling. I'm being serious until they said I was 10 centimetres. And then it just suddenly were like 2 to 5 minutes after they said I was 10 centimetres that pain was bothering me. So, and I did try actually. I did actually try and push for. I probably were pushing for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes in fact. Before I couldn't. Before it was too problematic. And I'm glad they took us for C-section, because my main priority was not stressing Tegan, but at the same time I generally couldn't control having the panic attack. And if mommy gets stressed, baby gets stressed, or other way around as well. Because it's still stress while they're in your tummy gas. So yeah, so because I've got an some mental illness, so basically I did have a court order of seeing her once a month, and video calling her once a week, but that stopped. I can't really go into everything, and for Tegan's privacy I won't, but it stopped, and I can't say much. Like I said, I really cannot. If any of you like me,